Hi, I'm Don Yoakum, and I'm going to be talking to you today about building a sales organization on the EXP platform. And in order to do so in a successful way, first thing is, how do I win in business? And to win in business, your first objective would be to identify your ideal client. And so in this case, you're building a sales organization of realtors. And so what is the composition or identity of the realtor that you want to align yourself with? Now, I would say that at EXP, you could hire any realtor and they could have a good experience at EXP, but there are special advantages that are afforded to an icon level producer, and that's somebody that has achieved $80,000 gross commission income in a fiscal year, and then 20 additional transactions. So that's usually roughly 27, 28 transactions in a year. They get the Icon Award, and in exchange for that, they're treated like a partner at EXP, and they are awarded $16,000 in stock. So from my viewpoint, that's an ideal fit because it's just such a compelling proposition for them. And that's really the second thing I want you to be thinking about is, what is the value proposition that you are bringing to your ideal client? EXP has given you a head start by offering the Icon program. Now, though, I want you to be thinking within your own self and your team, what is it that you can bring that is unique, that would be an added value to that agent or agents that would follow you? One of the things that we want to do is we want to make sure that we're under-promising and over-delivering. And so, in fact, I would go further to say that the referrals that you get in your business, both in your real estate business as well as referrals for agents that could join you, are going to be in proportion to the extent that you exceed the expectations that you set. So definitely be clear about what an agent can expect to join your organization, and then deliver more than you promised. Next thing I want you to do is set up a system and process that's going to enable you to succeed at a high level. And I'm going to keep this really simple. I want you to make a list of the 10 people that best fit your ideal client. Okay? Now, you're going to hear other people tell you build a list of 100. I encourage you to do that as well. But I want you to identify the best of the best, the top 10 of that 100, and those are the people you're going to call in your first week. And here's the rule. You're going to be calling 2 a day. You don't get to decide on the day of the call who you're calling. You're going to decide at least one business day ahead, and you're going to do a little bit of research, just come up to speed, maybe go check out their Facebook, their LinkedIn profile, make sure you know what's going on in their life, and so that when you make that call, you're going to be well versed with what is current in their life as well. The next thing is, in order to ensure that those calls actually happen, you've got to time block it. So I want you to time block 1 hour a day, 5 days a week in your calendar, ideally a time that is before 12 noon. And then finally, you've got to have your scripts and dialogue, right? So based on your ideal client, you want to have an opening that is going to get you into that call in as comfortable a way as possible and be compelling to that person whom you're calling. Okay, so now we've got those pieces in place. We're going to establish our daily habit. So you're going to be calling 2 people a day. You're going to be calling 10 a week, 40 a month. And you're going to make roughly 10 calls in that 1 hour. And our experience is that with 10 dials, you're going to make roughly 2 contacts. And that will be sufficient for you to be able to convert one, at least in my case, icon per month, or one of your ideal client. So what this is going to enable is a business foundation for you. So if you've set out a 2-year plan to hire 1 agent per month, in 24 months, you now have a foundation of 24 agents. But that isn't all you're going to have. While you're laying that foundation, hopefully of icon level producers, some of those producers are going to want to build an organization as well. So you are going to find yourself already at 150 plus agents, which in our model is a six-figure recurring income. So you've already done something really significant, even in only 2 years' time, and being able to maintain your production, because we didn't take a lot of time to do this, right? You can still maintain that icon level production. Now, here's what's interesting. Without any acquisitions, just through organic growth and having laid a foundation like what I've just described, your organization will then organically grow to roughly 500 agents in the following 3 years, and that would be a total of 5 years from the day that you begin. Now you have a $250,000 recurring income. You've done something really material for your family. You can probably choose to step off that treadmill of real estate if you choose to. Most don't. Maybe some just become more selective about the clients with whom they work, but that will now be an option for you. And then here's what's interesting. With all that momentum, in just 2 years more, so 7 total, your organization will eclipse 1,000 agents. You will become what we refer to as an alpha in the EXP organization, and you'll now be moving towards a 7-figure recurring income, which is pretty incredible, especially the fact that there was no capital investment that you had to risk in order to pursue this opportunity. In fact, what I say about this opportunity is that the EXP business model essentially affords us the benefits of brokerage ownership without the broker liability and capital risk. So you've now built a legitimate business that is going to produce you a strong 6 and perhaps even 7-figure recurring income. And so congratulations. And we're going to now look at why that's possible. Business leverage is something a lot of realtors don't understand, and partly because they don't take advantage of it. Sometimes I'll see an icon level producer that doesn't even utilize a transaction coordinator. Okay, so one of the things and one of the distinctions of an icon producer that can grasp what it would mean to really take advantage of the EXP business model is somebody that understands business leverage and the ability to succeed through other people. And so that's the mindset that I want you to adopt. If you have now gotten your business to icon level production, 28, 30 plus transactions a year, I want to make sure that you're now succeeding through other people. That can be transaction coordinator, that could be an executive assistant, that can be hiring sub-agents onto your team so to work those outlying areas, particularly with buyers. So that lays a foundation where you essentially can 2x your business. So you could make twice the money by having a small production team in addition to your what is now a substantial business. But what is even better is when you use your production team to become the foundation for a regional, national, and even international sales organization and 10x your time. And that's what the EXP platform will enable you to do. So just to recap, in 5 years' time, you've now created a 250,000 plus recurring stream of income. And I believe that you'll find most financial advisors will tell you that that kind of a stream of income is, in an asset value term, worth roughly 10 times what you've created. So in just 5 years, you've created something worth $2.5 million with a $149 investment, okay? Of course, you had to invest diligent time into that, but not so much that it took you away from being an icon level producer. Okay, so now I want you to be thinking again about leverage, and I'm going to talk about it in the context of events. And so one of the things that we say in building a sales organization is that you're going to let the events do the heavy lifting. And so we're going to look at what it means to be leveraging through events. So if we have an event and you're a no-show, well, I hate to break it to you, but that's an F. If you show you're in the upper echelon. We recently had an event in Cabo San Lucas, a leadership event that is, and right now EXP has about 77,000 agents, by the way, and we had roughly 1,200 agents there. But what I want you to notice is less than 2% of the people in our company were there. Okay, so I am awarding you a D for just showing up, okay? But I want you to know you've already separated yourself from the crowd, okay? So don't feel too bad. Let's move on. If you show and you have one of your agents in your organization there, now you've got to see. You're now starting to have some leverage, because what's going to happen is not only are you going to come away from the event with greater confidence and knowledge about your business model and how people are succeeding at such a high level, so will someone on your team. But to get a B, you've got to have your agent there and you need to bring a guest. Okay? So now what you've done is you have used the event to help you to persuade this agent to join your organization. And what I have found is when you're prospecting, you want to start roughly a 6 to 8 week sequence for an event. So you'll know where the event is going to occur, and then you'll target agents in that market area roughly 6 to 8 weeks before, and you'll build a relationship with them such that when the event occurs, it becomes a natural part of the close, and there's no hard close required on your part. They were, first of all, probably impressed by the business model, hence they wouldn't have been at the event otherwise. And then when they see the caliber of the people, it just brings everything together in such a way that they're basically, okay, how do I join? How do I get this going? How can I make it happen and get myself one of those $250,000 recurring income streams? And so if you have gotten there, your agent got there, you got a guest, and your agent brought a guest, now you have an A grade, and you fully have leveraged an event. And of course, the more the better, right? Okay, so to summarize our business plan here, first of all, we're going to lay a foundation with our ideal client. In my case, I consider that to be an icon level producer, ideally that has understood leverage, for sure utilizing TCs and assistants, maybe even built a production team. You adopt a 2-10-40 strategy. Remember, that's making 2 contacts a day, 10 a week, 40 a month. We're going to let the events do the heavy lifting and create a natural close as a result of that. And then as people begin to join your organization, what you're going to do is you're going to match their energy. And you're going to find that people are going to show up in all different levels, and that's okay. 88% of the people that have joined EXP do no business building at all. They simply sell, they take advantage of our tremendous technology suite, our cloud-based brokerage, and they get the benefits of stock ownership. We love them for that, okay? You are going to have a small percentage of your agents. They're going to be ambitious like you. They're going to want to fully leverage this opportunity, and they're going to want to build a sales organization. And when they show up, you've got to imagine that your job is to match their energy and help them fulfill their dream, because through their success, you will have your success as well. All right. So now, in closing, I'd like to remind you that in leadership, the speed of the leader will set the pace of the pack. So my question to you is, what pace are you going to enable for your team? And I look forward to seeing you at the top. Thank you very much.